Street status. What's the status on the street?
Where you from, nigga? Straight from the motherfucking land of the horse. 5 true thugs from the double Glock. And you fuck. Ready to pop to the dawn. Eternally a song.
Bone Thugs and Harmony is an American hip-hop group consisting of rappers Bizzy Bone, Wishbone, Lazy Bone, Crazy Bone, and Flesh and Bone. The group was signed to Ruthless Records in late 1993, when they debuted with their EP Creepin' on a Come Up. The EP included their breakout hit single Thuggish Ruggish Bone. Formed in Cleveland, Ohio in 1991, the group was originally called Band Aid Boys. They then formed BONE, which consisted of 4 members: Crazy Bone, Lazy Bone, Bizzy Bone, and Wishbone, all except for Flesh and Bone, and recorded an album entitled Faces of Death in the studio of their then mentor, Kermit Henderson, Crazy Bone's older brother, on his indie label Stony Brook in 1993. Like so many aspiring rappers around the country, they put in calls to executives at record companies, hoping to find someone who would listen. In hopes of securing a record deal, the group was given an audition over the phone, receiving an unfulfilled promise from rapper Eazy-E to call them back. Determined to reach him, they scrounged together the money for one-way bus tickets to Los Angeles. They left for a 3-day Greyhound trek and spent 4 months on the city streets, putting in frequent calls to find him. Nothing came of their search except the news that Eazy-E was, in fact, on his way to Cleveland for a show.
The quartet returned to Ohio, where Diego Black-born Diego Hodge Amar introduced them to Eazy-E at a concert he promoted in Compton. There, on November 2, 1993, they auditioned for Eazy in his dressing room. Crazy performed his verse of Flow Motion from the Faces of Death album.
He was like, we was down there hustling, you know what I'm saying? He had left to go try to get on welfare, you know. I answered the phone, you know what I'm saying, but I had to use the bathroom. Just when they said, let me speak to Bone, I passed the phone to Bizzy. I hear him talking and shit. He's like, yeah, what's up, such and such. And then I heard Mr. Break like, what? This Eazy-E, the Eazy-E from Ruthless Records. Bizzy like, well, hold on, listen to this right quick. And then he passed the phone to me and said,
how the rap went? How that shit went? Tell me what you rapped on the phone for me.
Well, Crazy Bone, this book, and the once again. The suckers, they pick up their pen and they try to contend, but say go that they win. It's dead Mac 10, it's blasting. Pick up my gun and you're running up from the assassin. I'm popping the clip in the ass skin. Who a nigga was that mask man? The nigga that's pulling the trigger, and just cause I'm slimmer, they figure they bigger. But when you consider the skill of this pen in your cap, that when them thugs just rolling the pack, the straps so pack your gad. If I see you like I'm see with the mind, still when you're up and covering your duck.
Released in June 1994, the EP Creepin' on a Come Up was Bone Thugs-n-Harmony's debut with Ruthless. The album's subject matter was focused almost entirely on violent criminal activity. Peaking at number 12 on the Billboard Top 200 Albums chart and number 2 on the Top R&B Hip-Hop Albums chart, it included the hit singles, Thuggish Ruggish Bone, and Photo Love of Money, the second of which featured a verse by Eazy-E. Thuggish Ruggish Bone peaked at number 22 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart and number 2 on the Hot Rap Tracks chart, and Photo Love of Money peaked at number 41 on the Hot 100 and number 4 on Rap Tracks. After a slow start that saw the album's success limited to gangsta rap audiences, it broke through to the mainstream. The EP marked a major change in style for the group, as they now fully embraced the G-Funk common and West Coast hip-hop of the time. Beats were supplied by DJ Yella, Rhythm D, and Kenny McLeod, and it was the group's first collaboration with newcomer producer DJ Unique, who would craft the group's signature sound by producing the majority of their next two albums. For over a year, Eazy-E nurtured their career, continuing to serve as their executive producer and teaching them the business skills he had taught himself over the years. The growing relationship was cut short, however, when Eazy-E died on March 26, 1995, from complications from AIDS-related pneumonia.
January, he had the common cold and pneumonia. Then February, diagnosed HIV positive. March, full-blown AIDS dead, you know what I mean? So I'm like, it
happened kind of fast, didn't it?
I was kind of thinking like, who the fuck doctors did he go to? I think it was Jerry Heller's doctors that he went to, and he had just got fired, so I'm like,
yeah. Briefly, the young rappers thought they had lost everything with the loss of their friend and mentor. However, the group's potential was already apparent, and Ruthless Records continued to support them. Bone would continue to push through and put Cleveland, Ohio on the map, all while changing the rap game entirely. In 1995, the group's second album, E! 1999 Eternal, was released. It included the singles, First of the Month, which peaked at number 14 on the Hot 100 and number 4 on Hot Rap Tracks, and De Crossroads, which reached number 1 on both the Hot 100 and Hot Rap Tracks charts. The album generally saw positive reviews from critics as Bone had diversified its content and musical style. Critics were particularly intrigued by the album due to Bone Thugs-n-Harmony's ability to reduce the banality associated with gangsta rap in their music at a time when the subgenre had become exceedingly cliché. A considerable portion of the album's concept was built upon violent subject matter, yet they also incorporated deeper themes, as its songs dealt with more spirituality and occult mysticism. The album was produced by DJ Unique with co-production from Tony C and Kenny McLeod. E! 1999 Eternal also introduced Bone's trademark tracks devoted entirely to the use of marijuana. The album name originated from one of the street names of a corner east, 99th Street and Street. Claire, that was a familiar hangout to Bone members, as well as Eazy-E's album, Eternal E! Naming it after Eazy-E's album was just another way of showing respect and tribute to the rapper who had helped them reach success. Also in 1995, Flesh and Bone would become the first member of the group to release a debut album, entitled Thugs Are True's Humbly United Gathering Souls, which was certified gold by the RIAA. In 1996, due to their success, the Cleveland Clan established their own label, Mo Thugs Records, and released the Family Scriptures compilation album to introduce many of the Cleveland-based and other artists whom they were developing. E! 1999 Eternal is the group's most commercially successful album. It has since been certified 4X Platinum by the RIAA. There were plans for Bone Thugs-n-Harmony to collaborate with West Coast rapper Tupac on a studio album called One Nation. The project would bring together other hip-hop artists from all areas of the American map such as Boot Camp Click, Outkast, Scarface, E40, and more. However, Tupac was shot and killed in September 1996, so the album never came into fruition. Bootlegs of songs produced while Tupac was still alive have been distributed. Bone is the only rap group to do real songs with the late Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Big Pun and Eazy-E. They have also collabed with artists like The Game, A$AP Ferg, Mariah Carey, Phil Collins, Wiz Khalifa, just to name a few. The group is recognized as one of the most successful hip-hop groups of all time, with more than 50 million records sold worldwide. Like nearly every other rapper, the group has had their share of rap beef with issues with other groups like 3 6 Mafia, Do or Die, Crucial Conflict and Wu-Tang Clan and a number of other Memphis rappers. Things would eventually be patched and these days they are good friends with most of those rappers. Shout out to them 5 true thugs from the homeland, Ohio. Legends never die.